Elizabeth. And I'm something of a princess. But you can just call me Z.
This is crazy, man.
Shane turned red and tried to attack Jai. I tried to make him stop, but he didn't listen. So I pushed him and took Jai away. Gosh, what was up with Shane? Later, Jai explained to me that he and Shane used to be really good friends a long time ago in the orphanage, but then Shane's watch went missing and he was convinced Jai had taken it.
I tried to convince him that I didn't, but he wouldn't believe me. He made my life miserable at the orphanage. But luckily, I got adopted by a millionaire soon after.
Stop the cap.
Well, that did sound like Shane. He was so weird about his things. But he was my brother. So later that night, I went to talk to him about Jai, but instead of listening to me, he just got mad.
Why are you taking his side? Don't you believe me? He stole my father's watch. The one memory I had of my real family. He's a bad guy, Z. Stay away from him.
But Shane, he said he didn't steal your watch.
And you believe him, Z? You weren't there. No one believed me back then. And now you won't either? You're just like the others.
And then he pushed me out of his room. I couldn't really believe Jai was a thief, but the way Shane was so persistent about it, I felt a bit suspicious. So I decided to spy on Jai a little. The next day after school, I saw Jai leaving and decided to follow him, but he went into an old alley behind the school and rode off on a rusty bicycle. Riding a rusty bike when he said he was rich? Something was really fishy. I followed him in my car and he parked outside one of Mom's restaurants and went in. But minutes later, he came out wearing a waiter's uniform. And now, I was 100% sure he was poor and had been lying about it this whole time. But why? Then suddenly, I heard the manager of the restaurant yelling at him.
Is this the time to come? Why don't you just come after all the customers are gone?
Nice.
You're fired. No, please don't do that. I really need the money. My mom is sick and I need to get some medicine for her. I can't lose this job, please.
Oh gosh, he was working so hard for his family. No way a guy like that could be a thief. But the manager didn't listen and made him leave. And even though I was mad at him for hiding the truth from me, I decided I had to help him first. After Jai left, I went in and asked the manager to rehire him.
Oh, really? And who do you think you are to tell me that, little girl?
The owner of this restaurant, mister. And make sure to give that guy a raise or else you'll be fired.
Nice.
The next day when Jai came to school, he looked really happy. And I knew the manager took my warning seriously, but now I decided I was going to play along with Jai's lies until he felt comfortable enough to share it with me. Till then, I tried to help any way I could without making it too obvious. Soon after, it was my 17th birthday when Shane came into my room at midnight and placed a kiss on my forehead.
Happy birthday, sis.
Oh, Shane, thanks so much. Now, where's my gift?
You'll have to wait for that till the evening.
My
Nice.
parents were throwing a grand party for me in the evening. All the kids from school were invited. But I was the happiest when Jai gifted me a gorgeous Indian dress. This is beautiful. I'm definitely gonna wear this for the party tonight. At the party, everyone was just staring at me and Jai as we were dancing our hearts out on the dance floor. But then suddenly, the music went off and I heard Shane's voice.
Attention, everyone. Z, here's the best gift a brother could give his sister. Unmasking the fake people in your life to keep you safe.
Fake people? Could he be talking about Jai? Suddenly, all the lights went off and the big screen was filled with Jai's pictures.
Everyone, I present to you a liar, a cheat, and a thief. Please, clap for Jai. He rides a broken bicycle to school but tells everyone it's a limo. He lives in a small house with his poor mom but tells everyone it's a mansion.
Everyone started murmuring and staring at Jai, and he just dropped my hand and ran outside.
Nice.
And I felt so freaking angry that I just went and slapped Shane in the face.
Nice.
You're the worst, Shane!
What? But he's been lying to you.
I already knew it! I knew he was poor, but that didn't make him a cheater or a thief, Shane. It's not a crime to be poor, and you're completely insane.
Shane, I don't know what's wrong with you, son. I'm ashamed of what you just did. Why does nobody ever believe me? Jai lied, but no one believes me. He lied before and he's lying now. He's a thief, you hear me?
That is enough. Mom and Dad took him aside, and I ran after Jai to see if he was okay. But he'd already left, and he didn't even pick up my calls.
Nice.
The next day when I reached school, I saw his locker was painted with horrible names, and all of his stuff was lying on the floor, trashed. I searched for him all over, and finally found him sitting in the backyard, all sad.
Nice.
Jai, are you okay? I'm really sorry for what Shane...
Wait, why are you sorry, Z? You're not mad at me for lying to you?
I was, in the beginning, but then I figured you must have your reasons.
Beginning? What do you mean?
I found out long ago, but listen, you being rich or poor never mattered to me. You're a good person, and that's all that matters, Jai. Tears fell from his eyes, and he just hugged me. But later that day, when I got home, something terrible had happened. Shane had left the house, and Mom and Dad told me he was never coming back. I tried to contact him, but nothing worked. And this just broke my heart. How could he just leave like that? For days, I didn't feel like doing anything, so I just stayed in my room and watched some awesome stories by MSA, and found out I wasn't the only one with a weirdo brother. But then one day, Jai came to my house looking for me and
Came back for me.
But why did you lie about being rich? He paused for a second.
Everyone picked on me for being poor ever since I was a kid.
Nice.
But when I got into an expensive school because of a scholarship, I just didn't want anyone to look down on me. I deserved to be there. Well, I guess most kids in his place would have done the same. Weeks passed by, and then one day, I insisted on seeing Jai's place. At first, he was hesitant, saying it wasn't fancy enough for me, but I kept bugging him till he took me.
I'm gonna get you something to drink. You make yourself comfortable.
He left, and I noticed a picture of his younger self on a shelf. So cute. I picked up the frame to take a closer look, and just then, I noticed something half covered in wrapping paper. Was it something for me? But when I saw what it was, I was stunned. It was a gold watch with the same inscription in the back that Shane had described his dad's watch had. Oh my God, this was Shane's watch. Just then, Jai came in, looking at the watch in my hand. He dropped the tray he was holding. This is Shane's dad's watch, the one he said you stole, right?
Yes, it is, but I can explain, Z.
Explain what, Jai? Are you still gonna tell me you didn't steal it?
I did, okay? I did steal it. Shane always went around the orphanage showing off his dad's watch. But unlike him, I'd never met my dad, and I just felt jealous that he had something so nice, and I didn't. So I stole it. But I was just a kid then, Z. I felt terrible later.
Oh God, Shane had been right all along.
And the way Shane acts, it's not his fault. After I stole his watch and no one believed him, the bullies at the orphanage often hid his stuff. And when Shane would complain about it, they'd put it back in place, making him look like a complete fool.
OMG, he went through so much, and I didn't believe him.
Nice.
I was such a horrible sister.
I'm so sorry, Z. I just couldn't admit I'd stolen it because I knew you'd never forgive me. But I've been feeling so awful, so I was just wrapping up the watch to send it to Shane anonymously.
Wait, send it to Shane? So you know where he is? He told me he'd been trying to track down Shane for a while, and he'd finally found his address. I immediately left for the address, and when I finally saw Shane, I just ran and hugged him. Shane, oh God, I'm so sorry. Jai admitted he stole your watch. And I feel so ashamed that I never believed you. And I slapped you.
Nice.
I was such a horrible sister. Please, please forgive me.
No.
Z, hey, it's okay, chill.
No.
Stop the cap.
I forgive you, okay? Relax.
He calmed me down and then we went for a walk.
I was definitely hurt that you didn't trust me, but I know I acted crazy at times and made things tough for you. And exposing Jai like that, it was wrong.
Nice.
Ugh, don't mention him. He's a jerk.
Nice.
But hey, I have something for you.
Oh my God, that's my father's watch. Jai had it all this time?
Yeah, he said he could never sell it. I told him everything and he just hugged me. I begged him to come back home and he did. Then just a few weeks later at Christmas dinner, Shane walked into the dining room, along with Jai. What's he doing here?
He came to me and apologized and refused to leave until I forgave him, which I did eventually. And it's time you forgive him too, Z. I'm sorry, Z. I hid the truth from you, but that's because I was afraid to lose you. So, can you please forgive me and give me another chance?
No.
If Shane can, then I guess I can too. If you promise not to hide anything anymore.
I promise.
No.